So a door with nothing in excess, no in the shelf, and then in the main room was a gold statue of Apollo, was the iron throne of the famous poet Pindar, was a hearth where they burned laurel tree. The laurel tree was sacred to Apollo, so they burned laurel tree to purify the air. And
about 6,500 people. The Roman part of it would.
Wow. I'm not sure if you can hear on this camera or not, but there are like thousands, well, millions of bees buzzing in the background. We're just sitting here laughing about how it sounds like solid noise in the woods and off the canyon walls. So what's to talk about this, Professor? This is the stadium for...
This would have been for the Pythian Games. It was built around 3rd century BC, but changed to have these seats and everything around the 2nd century AD. It fit about 6,500 people, and you can still see the starting and finish lines.
What would you do?
This wouldn't have been where the horse races would have been. They would have been
valley,
below.
right? Yeah.
In fact, the earlier athletic competitions were below Delphi as well.
Sounds awful.
Awful.
Nice.
Sal, you're not running the half marathon. Like, come on.
I know.
Exactly.
You running Nashville?
She is.
I'm gonna die.
That a girl. I thought about it.
You should come do it.
Wow, there's so many olive trees. Look at that. It fills all the way up there.
5 million, they said. Largest in the world? Is that what they said, or largest in Greece?
I don't know, but I mean,
It's largest in Greece, probably
they're all
largest in the
down
world.
in that gorge, and then they just go all the way over there to the right.
I don't remember.
Alright, here's the dinner crowd. Oh man, we got some damage done here. Let's see the dead fish. Wow. Head to tail, you nailed that one. Good job, good job, good job. Down there. Yep. Anna did a good job with hers. What was that exactly?
Pork chop.
And there's why we're still here. Mr. Dessert himself.
That's right.
Had to have something sweet. We'll be in Athens by the time the Turkish come back to take it again. Waiting on Cole's dessert. It's Turkish delight.
We'd read this in
Periandros.
Periandros was a friend of the guy's name on the dolphin was
I thought you
Started
talking
with an
about
A.
the tyrant of Samos who
I remember drawing on the dolphin.
Did you
no,
color
it's
the
a
dolphin?
story with he ends up riding on he's a lyre player and he rides on he ends up being they're going to take him for his money and he says no, let me play my lyre.
that's
and
another story.
What's the his name starts with an A. Anybody remember his name? Hardbark.
No.
Ananias.
I'll remember and tell you.
Alibaba.
I can't remember it either.
No,
You know the story?
I know whom you
Alibaba. Alibaba. Anthony.
No. Don't change the thing.
As opposed to shops that you can tell something is there, you can see on the floor the mosaics and things to almost determine what sorts of shops they would have had.
Wow, that's really cool.
And divided by theme.
Caesar.
They had a dog back there.
So would this be like you go down into that?
I guess. Maybe at
Based
one
on
point.
my knowledge of
Your deep knowledge of Corinthian.
architecture. I'd like to see a moment.
Alright, our tour guide's calling us. Wow.
These leaves are being vain.
You hear the owl? There's an owl up there. Go find the owl. He's in that tree somewhere. That's where Paul stood with the governor of the area, who was the brother. Oh, yeah. Psych.
Sidewalks. And beyond the sidewalks were shady porches. Come a little closer to leave some space for other people.
Is the road, I'm sorry, are you talking about down here at the base? Or?
It goes all the way to the, used to go all the way to the sea, but they haven't demolished the whole of the village to uncover it. This part is enough.
Okay.
So they can say, see what it was. On the left are shady porches, and beyond, behind, shops. You can see the one wall separating the one shop from the other. So merchants and sailors coming from the coast, from the harbor of Lechion, could at the same time make business exchanges with all these merchants that were lined up in this commercial part. From here you can see again the temple of Apollo, and you can see the columns, short, fat, and a little bit outleaning. Now look to the other side. You can see a monumental fountain. It had a facade of 2 rows of columns. On the lowest survives. It was called Pyrene Fountain, the lower Pyrene. There was another Pyrene, the upper Pyrene, on the way up to the Acrocorinth. So this one was fed by the waters of the upper Pyrene. And in fact, we can say that the waters of this spring provided with water the village of Corinth until the 19th century. This monumental fountain was remodeled at the times of Herodes Atticus, that very rich Athenian, who made a donation for the construction of the Odeon at the foot of the Acropolis of Athens. On the walls around there were niches where decorative statues were placed, and there's a central pool for matters of decoration down.
So they're wandering through Corinth. Look at the poppies, or those tulips. Those are tulips. This is all Roman structures. Sally, have you got your good camera out? Anna, could you take a picture of us?
Yes, sir.
Right here, Sally, would be a very cool one. She was just telling us the story about the structure over there being basilican, which is what the early church used, especially the Eastern Church, to build the cathedrals in Constantinople and everywhere else. Like I was saying, this is all Roman. The courtyard in Corinth, some of the statues that they've found.
Okay, this is an inscription right by the theater where you have Erastus, it's a guy's name, pro adelitate, for his aedalship, that is when he became aedal. The SP stands for sua pecunia, with his own money. Strawit, that is he probably laid down concrete. It's referring to a lot of the public works. And so he's mentioned in Romans 16:23 as being a person from whom Paul sends greetings to the Roman Church. And so he would have been one of the well-known. He's not the only one, obviously. There are a lot of people who are mentioned in Romans 16, but this is the only one that we have something this solid as far as evidence goes. I think it's fantastic and worth seeing.